Sie was pacem.
Hello and welcome back here again at Tribun, where we are going to present you the board game Tribun. Who would have thought?
Yes.
And today we're going to show you the game that is called...
Final Destination. I knew
exactly.
it.
Now I have finally arrived at the game, at the name of the game, which is nice. And now let's jump into the board view. I hope
We are in A already.
Exactly. So you have 35 pieces and a Tribune at your disposal, and you want to take the enemy Tribune and defend your own, which is kind of the goal of the game. And for that, you can stack up those pieces. They come pre-stacked, and each of those stacks makes up a unit. And depending on its height, it deals different amounts of damage, and it also moves differently. So this is a slave. He walks kind of forward and takes like this. But this is a Hastanis, a spearsman, and he walks one step on the same color. Now, if you're curious how those movements work, there are manuals on the Tabletop Simulator version on the website, and we have tutorial videos. But due to the Tabletop Simulator highlighting where you can go, I think you should be fine not knowing too much about them.
Yeah.
And the last move that you have, which is actually the most interesting thing, is you can kind of merge them, like this, for example. Merge two into one. You can also partially merge, like, for example, if you have this and this, you could do 2 and, I don't know, again 2, which would be fine, would be a 4 high unit. And the other thing you can do is if you have a unit, you can split it apart, and you could do something like this, for example.
Yeah.
And that's
In just one move.
Exactly, that would be one move.
Yeah. So, it's a strategical battle game, and we like it. And now let's jump out of the specifics, turning on the music, fasten seatbelts, and yeah, load the game.
Yeah.
Final Destination, my friend. Who will arrive first?
Your demise is going to be swift.
Inevitable.
Yeah, inevitable. Anyhow, so
Yeah.
I open with this. It is a very classical thing to do. You want to take here in the future. You cannot right now because you're blocked, but you could go there in the future.
Yeah. But in the standard formation, it doesn't really matter that much because everything is sound and solid. And so this is usually an in-between move from my side because I do not really want to have an archer here on this spot, but rather combine in a different fashion furthermore and get something else on a different spot. Let's see and find out.
Yeah, but I think still that you use this as a little bit of a blockade here.
Kind of. I mean, I have various options. I could, for example, even do something like that. I mean, in the beginning, it's usually not that great. I mean, you have a lot of firepower down the center aisle, but no, usually that's not really doing anything. So, but it's an option, and having options is good in war.
And in life too. And so this is kind of a very laid back approach. In Tribune, you really don't attack during the first couple of moves. You kind of set up your pieces and then you go to war. And you kind of see that I go for this approach where I like this flank pressure applied by 4 high units. And you go for something very similar.
Yeah, and so far, here is no real threat, even if it is intended, because it is really fortified by several units, And even if this would be gone, these two would be way enough.
Yeah, that's plenty of defense.
But this one is, you keep in mind, this one is a little bit ahead of the rest of the troops, so it can be targeted like that. And now, I have to defend, but if that would be gone and maybe that too, then if you manage to kill this one, you lose a potent defender of this unit. Always keep that in mind.
Yeah, so what I'm currently doing is I'm not even really threatening this. The idea of that is I want to take center space, mainly these, and do something like this, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
So that you cannot like push into the center of the board.
The vault approach, and it's rather solid because your Tribune is on the dark axis because you play the black side, and if you fortify the black diagonals, then there aren't really threats on this color. So I have to try to deal with all the open light diagonals. So far there's no threat coming. Okay, but now you can build a ballista here, and that would do a lot of pressure.
I drop back because not only does this defend this, but had I had placed a too high unit, you would probably do this. You would attack like this, and this just doesn't get me anywhere. I would have probably answered like that then, and you know, that wasn't what I was going for, so I opted for defending like this. And,
I mean, in an ancient army, what did they do? They tried to march as a solid wall, or tried to target faraway targets with heavy bolt guns or whatever they could throw at the enemy. So, yeah, that's what you try to accomplish. And now I'm setting up my ballista, but so far it's hidden behind this unit, and if you had a ballista here, you would pin me like that, and you don't. That's interesting. I mean, now that's open, and the next move, I could open this up, and this would be with tempo.
But you don't.
I don't.
I don't quite know the reason why I did that, though. I suppose it has to do with me not wanting to get into any trouble here.
Mm-hmm.
Because the 3 high unit on this hexagon used to be defended by only this. And I was kind of worried that perhaps you take here and maybe this isn't available, and then I have kind of an issue where this is defending 2 things at once. So I just went out of the way.
It's interesting. This spearsman is kind of a liability at the moment. He has to be protected, and he's not really doing a lot. But here comes the second ballista, and that's what I was pointing out. Now I'm really restricted moving, and this ballista does not see the light of day. And if this one steps out of the way, then you open up another file for this ballista, and things will get really ugly soon.
And so you probably do more improving moves like this, and you open up your Equus. Which is very reasonable, if I might say so myself. And
yeah. But here comes another ton of pressure.
And you might think, what exactly is this accomplishing? It is looking at that. But actually the main purpose of this move was to open up this hexagon, because I want to do this. And I want to target that ballista, which is fighting on the same color. And you want the 4 high units to fight on the same color as the 6 high units, because they can only walk on the color, and these can not only walk but also attack on the same color. So if I was to do this, and for
Yeah.
some reason you wouldn't take me here, then
Gratitude.
this cannot take me, but I can take 4 pieces.
Yeah.
So you would probably have to go out of the way. And then I could even do something like chasing you. Of course, so long as
Again,
I'm
I wouldn't take, of
exactly.
course.
But
But yeah,
this kind of is funny because you can kind of run behind the ballista and you keep attacking while the ballista can only
Yeah.
flee.
yeah, she
Rather
can
funny.
only flee to a spot where she's protected by other units, and if not, the only possibility is to split up. So changing colors, changing shape. Yeah. And changing purpose. Now, here's the archer. This is a principled move. I mean, I'm attacking you. You have to do something, right? Otherwise you would lose 3 pieces. Now you moved, you step ahead. At least I disconnected those 2. Sometimes it's a good choice because they are quite solid. I mean, you cannot attack both of them because the other one would retake, and so they're quite solid. Now they're dislodged a little.
On the other hand, though, now I have 2 lines where
That's
they can freely move. Like this could go here, and if I push this in the future, I have another free line.
Yeah, that's true.
So line up.
Yeah.
I could do something like this. They become much easier.
Oh, that's
And then
nasty.
But you kind of block me in here, which I think is rather smart. You don't want me to get here to exude some pressure from your left. And, you know, I probably, I go through with this plan.
I mean, at least you are carrying out your plans. Not like
Indeed.
me, I'm an old man. I'm constantly changing plans because I do not remember.
Yeah, kind of obvious.
Ah!
Now,
See the
let's
helmet
go
in the
back.
rear, man? I fought on the battlefield already.
Yeah, this
You
totally
were
true
lying
thing.
in diapers.
Yeah. For sure. With this truly an ancient relic.
No,
Anyhow,
we couldn't afford any diapers. So, okay.
Thanks. for the image. So I combine out of the way, opening up this aqueous. Now it can see here, and I'm kind of building up pressure on this. It doesn't do anything right now. So because you have to calculate this, you would go, well, what happens if you
Now I
steer
have
well?
3 defenders. This, and that.
Yeah, and then
I could take
Okay.
again. And I
And
could
you
take
can do-
again because 3 plus 2 is 5. I can take it entirely.
exactly.
And then if you take, I can take 3, I mean, this is a long sequence.
Yeah, but
Taking
also
3 pieces and, yeah.
also fun thing, you could also break this sequence very quickly and take just 3. And this can be a very valid defense, because if take here, you just move,
Well.
or perhaps even combine like this, and you don't let that move. This
Yeah.
is going to stay here.
And he needs something to combine out of the way. Otherwise he's just dead.
And then you can try to guard this. Like, you can try to do something like that, for example, and cover all the hexagons around. And then this becomes an impenetrable wall to the black player
Yeah.
that can be taken at any moment.
Yeah. Because they are so kind that they do not ride past their own people.
Yeah. Well, traffic violation laws are existent. any game that is built by a German. So just for, you know.
Okay.
Anyhow, so you attack.
Yeah.
You want to take this.
Yeah, I mean, interestingly, this one was under fire already. And now, just take a look at this dude. He will remain here for a couple of more moves.
Yeah, and I do this.
Yeah, I mean, you evade any shenanigans on this diagonal.
But like, it's kind of interesting though. Like, it's kind of obvious that you don't want to take here like that, because if you do this, I'll probably hit you with this, and now I'm attacking here, and maybe I'm getting in like this. Like, say you protect this by going back. Well, then I might decide to go here, put more pressure, but also I have this defense. It's a little bit annoying.
It's not that clear, but you're completely right. That's why I kept this one, because it was his duty, his main duty, to defend this diagonal. Just do not let yourself be distracted by easy prey.
Yeah,
Otherwise you can become prey. And
I
then you
think
can
this is
prey.
like-
Sorry.
I think this is like very obvious though. Like you take, you get 2 pieces, you attack 2 more things, and this one didn't really accomplish anything anyways. So now it's doing stuff. I think looks kind of good. But
Yeah, usually it should. Yeah. I mean, this ballista didn't do a lot because I couldn't infiltrate at this point because it's protected, and so I opted for another decombination, and it's interesting, you know, mainly this diagonal. Just try to point somehow at the enemy tribune must be good.
yeah, that's a very principled thing. I was and you also have this, which you create this big black attack.
Big black attack.
Yeah,
Woo!
run. It also can probably get you cancelled, but
Oh no.
yeah.
So
So,
politics aside, man.
so now we have kind of an onslaught of black equity, and I moved here. I accidentally clicked the button, and you kind of do this, and it's really annoying. You attack me, and if I take 2 things, you're going to take 4 things.
I'm not saying too much when I point out that's a brilliancy.
And so, this would be the kind of position that you could land yourself in, and then the white person has 2 pieces more, which is very unfortunate, because we're not the white player. And so I did something else. I combined.
Yeah, but what did I accomplish? First of all, you consumed 2 pieces of your own beneath your tribune, so they are gone. And the first ballista crumbled.
That's true.
That's not always so potent, but in this case, I guess I relieve a lot of pressure. Now this archer has a secondary purpose. The target was to mow down this rider. Now you counterattack and things are getting ugly.
You now
Chopping.
trade this off,
Yeah, because it wasn't defended.
but I can take here, attacking your tribune,
Yeah,
which has higher priority than taking 4 things.
yeah. Now I have to do
Into
something. Okay.
And I was kind of looking at this and I was like, oh man, this looks so depressing. Like, you can't really run away in the future. But I couldn't find a way to do anything there, so I went back to this part of the board. Sorry for the whole
Yeah, that's just the jumping around of the pieces of the tabletop simulator.
So I just took, because now I was kind of like, yeah, this is not going anywhere, and now I have to deal with this threat, so I did. And you do this. Kind of, you get more pieces to the party.
But I'm asking myself, I really missed this diagonal, right?
I think you did.
But you too.
Me too. So
Okay.
you sometimes have these unfortunate moments.
Oh man.
But I was actually going for something else. I was trying to get here or there, which didn't happen. Spoiler.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a nice attack. Splitting up, pressuring the Tribune, and simultaneously attacking the ballista. Now, okay, you have to do something, you jump out of the way, and let's see how the game proceeds. Okay, takes, adding another layer of pressure on this ballista and also on this rider. Now, so you take, but I can take, and you probably calculated, well, if you take with this unit, then I'm ready to infiltrate and you're most likely trash. But you
Yes,
overlooked this one.
So in this case, yes, I would take here. In the other case, I'm not sure whether I overlooked this or whether I just carried on. Like, sucks to suck, but that's how it is.
And now, before, don't click to proceed. This is a very crucial moment, and for all of you out there learning Tribun, you can take 2 pieces. But then the enemy retakes 2 pieces, and it's simply an exchange. So what do you do?
So in this case,
Yeah.
you
So it's just an exchange of 2 pieces, right? So what would be better? Yeah, better would be exerting more pressure on this ballista. Again, it's kind of the same idea as the move before. Splitting up, attacking the Tribune, and pile up pressure. And now you see I have 5 points of attacking power. So I wouldn't take 2, I would take 5. And this means the ballista would be most likely entirely gone. So what are you doing?
just 1 second though.
Okay.
Let's rewind the tape here.
Ah, yeah.
We were
I
talking
remember.
about takes two. That's not going to happen. Take 2. I'm going to do this and laugh at your face. Because
What? Why?
I'm attacking
No
this,
way!
the Equus, and I'm also doing this.
And the other fields are blocked by my own unit, so I cannot run and hide.
And I'm attacking you.
Man.
So you're kind of screwed. And
it really didn't feel that threatening. I mean, we were standing there face to face for 10 moves. And then this simple thing, just turning you into a malicious unit that's taking away the last escape field. Wow.
And so there are 2 key points to this. The first thing is, when you took this Equus out, you gave me space,
Yeah.
which is very dangerous, and it allows me to place this unit, which is crucial.
Yeah.
And the other thing that is very important here is, if you take, now get a unit that is valuable. Because
Yeah,
this is
before-
currently not valuable.
Before, the Equus had all hands full of covering this field. Now his companion's doing the job, and he can go for the juice.
Exactly.
Wow.
So this is
That's
kind
a
of what I
sequence.
was playing for. I was hoping that you would either like take naively or not take my whole ballista and instead let me roam around the board, go here, go there, stuff like that. Which didn't happen. Spoiler.
Because I'm a principled man. Sometimes. And now I was relieved. I mean, this is in a considerable amount of pieces being ahead. 5 pieces is a lot. Okay, now you come here. You need counterplay somehow.
Exactly. And I had kind of tunnel vision. Meaning I was just trying to do one thing, and that one thing was attack this hexagon and have one move. Because this is not something that you would typically see. This is very hidden, and I was aware of that, because this was not threatening for like 5 moves or something. So this was not on your mind, and I'm sure you wouldn't have seen it.
It's a pity. So, it's really a pity. Wait, I'm just trying to rewind and let's repair the board. If that one, let's say this one wouldn't be there, you could have done something like that. And that would feel sneaky, or at least allow a little cowardice.
Let's say this.
Yeah. Like a coward hiding here, and I would maybe give you one more move and then I am dead.
Exactly.
I really...
That's what I'm going for. So you will see that this idea, I did that, I chose this move because I wanted to do this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So no matter if you take
one
of
you have them, definitely one defender on this hexagon.
So, but the thing is, you attack me, fair enough. So I go there. See what I did there?
Yeah, you did that.
The thing is, I'm too vulnerable right now. I can just be attacked.
I don't let you off the hook, man. Now I'm going after you, and that's what you have to do.
Yeah, and this was kind of... I think this was the last moment where I could have handled the situation better. I think I should have done this. Attack here. You probably would have done something like...
it's hard to say. So many possibilities.
And so the...
I mean, most likely an egg was here. Combining.
Yeah, true.
Bring another attacker.
The mindset I had was cover this and pray, but I should have tried to cover my Tribune first. Like this, for example. And then, once I'm covered and can't be attacked in one move, then I can try to go for this and do this
again.
As like, oh, let's trade sort of scenario. And once you initiate the trade, I'll kill you.
Once and for all, one plan.
Yeah, but this didn't happen.
That's what our intro said about what was the wording? Overconfidence and rigid tactics. When that's not rigid.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
Okay, so I'm trying to again threaten you with a different unit. It's protected here, so I'm forcing you to go here. And now again, what do you do? Keep up.
I just want to point out, all of these hexagons were covered. So
let's take it back, then it's easier to see for the crowds. So
here, this, this, but also this, this is blockaded, but would also be...
And you cannot combine here nor there because of this spearsman. So you literally have one escape field.
Yeah, and so that's really bad.
Yeah.
Because now I'm in a terrible situation. You have at most 4 escape fields. are hexagons, but you're not going to keep 4 hexagons. And so if you're curious, I don't know whether you can do a situation where the enemy truly can't survive in one move, but you can at least force a combination here. So if you're curious, just pause the video.
Yeah. Just keep in mind where can the Tribune go.
Yeah.
So you have to attack him.
And protect all of these 4 fields.
I mean, this field is already protected, so you just have to... And this one too, so you just have to care about this field. And the easiest way to attack the Tribune and take care... Maybe you got the point. Just move on. Is another Sagittarius protected here? This one is protected, so you cannot take. Very complicated, but it fulfills the job. So now you are forced.
And I can combine there too.
Exactly. This one is brilliant. I mean, he gets a promotion.
He sure does. And so I have to do this.
So his mistake was, And again, what do you need? You need... What do you need? In this case, you need something that's attacking the Tribune, so maybe something like that. I'm attacking you. I do not care about this, but you can... No, you can unfortunately not run because this one is in the way. But you can go here. So I have to somehow deal with this situation, and you pause the video. Now let's find the final move. And it's a double attack. Attacking with 2 pieces. So you have to run or take. No, taking doesn't do a whole lot. And so, you cannot take because it's protected multiple times. You cannot run because this one just chops you down.
And combination isn't a thing because this is a 4 high unit and this is 1.
Yeah.
And you are forced to combine like this.
And this is
for
forbidden.
the Tribune may only increase in size and keeps all the people below him. And then you create a 5 high unit, which you can see is not allowed. 5 and 7 high units are not permitted in the game. That's just how it is.
And so you reached the final destination first. Sorry to say. And you granted me the victory.
Yeah, but at least I was facing you, you know?
And that's like the first scene in Gladiator 1 with Russell Crowe, where the barbarian boss was there with his fur on his shoulders and broadsword, and then they came from left, from rear, from... Yeah, now they're bringing you down. Okay, so enough for today. Yeah, we hope you enjoyed this episode. We did. And we will be back next Friday for you to present the next game. And in the meantime, maybe you like to play Tribun on your own. What a thought. Just go to the description below. You find everything you need. You can order this game in real, and we send it to you home. Just write us an email. Or you can go to the Tabletop Simulator, download everything for free and play. Or you can download the pieces and print them on a 3D printer if you like. We want you, the community, to play Tribun, so it's for free for everyone. Subscribe, like the channel, and spread the word. And up until then, I would say, see you soon.
On Tribun.